Okay, we're now live streaming to YouTube. My name's Graham Hooper from Tri Coaching Partnership, and this is Barry Moss, one of Tri Coaching Instructor Trainers. So we're going to crack right on with the interview, Barry. So first of all, tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Barry Moss. I live by the seaside. I run a small driving school in Dover in Kent. It's a family business. There's 4 of us instructors. Started with myself, then my wife Carol, and then my son Gary, and my daughter-in-law Kelly. So there's 4 of us instructing. We're all fully qualified. I have helped and trained a couple of other people to become instructors along the way as well, who have gone on and done their own thing. And yeah, we're very busy, and it's a nice little business. Prior to that, I was 40 years in the leisure industry. Very nice business. Love working with the public, and I enjoy what I do now. It's I wish I'd done it a long time ago, to be honest.
Okay, tell me, you told me a little bit about work. Tell me a little about family and social, what you do outside, apart if we weren't locked down, I think.
Okay. Unfortunately, because we're at lockdown, we can't do what we normally do. But I have 4 grandchildren.
And a dog.
It is, yeah. I'll close the door. I have 4 grandchildren. We like to spend a lot of time with the grandchildren. If we can, we do family holidays still, although my children have grown up and do their own thing. We still go on holidays with them. We go to America and long haul holidays, and try and do Disney World and the parks with the grandchildren.
Nice one.
Yeah, family time is good.
Excellent. Any, apart from the grandkids, any hobbies?
Hobbies, I like to do a bit of metal detecting.
Okay.
I like playing with a little bit of magic. I like to do magic tricks.
Okay, well, you never shown me a magic trick. I'm disappointed.
Oh, yeah. I like doing.
Are we going to get one live now?
No.
No, you're not going to pull a rabbit out of a hat or anything.
No. I should have sort of subbing up, shouldn't I? Yeah, we have a motorhome. We need to use that a little bit more. Got to work a little bit more on the work-life balance, which you've always told me about. I haven't quite got that right. It's more work than pleasure time, to be honest.
Well, that's because you love the job, though, isn't it, Barry?
It is. Yeah.
I know. It's hard to drag you away from it.
Yeah. It's so nice helping people. It really is. Yeah, it really is. And the reward of the job is great. Yeah.
If we look at your career, I mean, I trained you.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you trained yourself with my help.
Yes.
Where you sit, and I know, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Maybe as a school, or maybe as an individual. I don't know.
I think the school will stay going. I'd like to expand it. I'd like to take on a few more PDIs to train up. I have a couple in the wings. I had a text this morning from a police officer at the moment who's looking at retiring. He said still wants to do it, subject to the lockdown finishing. So he's keen to come in and start. So I'd like to do a little bit more training and spend a bit more time with the PDIs and rather than learners, to be honest.
Okay. So you're looking maybe for that shift.
Yeah.
Learners still working, but into
spend more
developing PDIs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way it will give us a little bit more leisure time, I believe, and to get the motorhome out.
Nice.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I can see that. Europe or UK in your motorhome?
I'd like to tour Europe. We have done France and we've done Ireland. But yeah, I'd like to, obviously, I think what's happened with this lockdown has realised, we need to do things while we can.
Yeah, no, I make you right. I make you absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're a tri-coaching trainer.
Yes.
What attracted you to tri-coaching partnership?
I know the owner.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
What attracted me? Well, okay. So when we met, Graham, we met a long time ago now, and you was just about to start tri-coaching.
That's about 10 years ago then.
Yeah, you was just about to start, and you said to me, "You've got something big about to start," and you was just about to start it at that stage. And yeah, it's come on in leaps and bounds. And I think what is successful with tri-coaching is that the way that the training goes forward to help people. Whereas when we first started, especially in my time, I'd done the theory test, and then we sort of sat at home doing the theory test before we went out and done the driving test, and then we went on to the next stage of training. But whereas with Ticket, with tri-coaching, it's the way I like to teach, because especially with the learners, if a learner can do a parallel park on lesson 1, let them do it, because and that's with tri-coaching, you can do everything from day 1, can't you, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Which is what I like. I don't like having a set agenda. You must do this and do this and do this. Let people do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, no, very, very much so. And even though I would have liked to, or probably tried to use coaching quite a lot when I was with you, we were still confined within the terms, within a set criteria that
Yes.
Was laid down. And I know that you would have. You probably would have found it far easier in this current climate.
Oh, very much so.
Of delivering a standards check.
I was helping someone a month or so ago, or just before lockdown, so probably a bit longer than a month ago, and we helped with a standards test coming up, and I took them out. They sat in the back of the car and watched me do a first lesson. And I'd done the first lesson, and I'd never done any cockpit drill. I didn't do anything, but we moved the car. I kept the car safe, obviously. It looks everywhere, but we moved the car. We done left and rights, and I never done any cockpit drill or any instruction. We just used questioning, and it does work. It does work without a doubt. It does work, and people remember what they learn themselves more than
absolutely. Yeah, learning comes from within. That's what we say at Tri-Coaching Partnership. I can't give it to you. You've got to learn it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. I can only be a guide. You can only be a guide.
Yeah.
Or a facilitator or a coach, whatever label they want to stick on it. It doesn't really matter.
In the old format, they would be like robots. And you would do a procedure or whatever, and then if you didn't carry on talking, people would just sit there waiting to be told what to do. So, yeah, I think it's much to the way Ticket works.
No, absolutely. Have you got? You talked about continuing courses. How do you want to improve yourself over the forthcoming year if you get an opportunity?
How do I improve myself? Look, my CPD.
Wow.
Quite a big folder of CPD certificates. When I started being a driving instructor, I was frightened. Working for myself, I would say frightened. I was concerned.
Yeah.
No one's there to tell me what to do. No one's to check up on you or whatever. Not that you need checking up on, but that's why I wanted to stay in contact with yourself and try coaching, because it's the backup. someone to talk to. Not, I mean, I'm not always on the phone to you. Look, what about this or what about that, Graham? But it's nice to know someone's there to help and support if you need it, you know. And
absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, if you need to pick up the phone, you know, you can ring me. You know, I will talk to you.
Yeah. And of course, the information that's there for the downloads and the things that you can get and the webinars, it's all there, isn't it? It's all, the support is there all the time to help.
Absolutely. So you've touched on, you know, moving away from learners, going into coaching instructor training, developing people to become driving instructors. And I suppose you've touched, I'm going to ask you two questions because you've touched on both of them. One, what makes you want to become a trainer, or what made you want to become a trainer? And what's the best thing you think about training instructors / PDIs? So there's two questions there.
I think my background from my previous work was always with involved training, and it's nice to be able to get and see people develop and you've helped them on their way. That's good. I first done a coaching course, Graham, in Thorpe Park back in 87, something like that, 1987. And I didn't really fully understand what it was all about, but I do now. And we were sort of looking at what colours people were, and would you grade them as a red colour or a blue colour, and sort of thinking about it afterwards, and we didn't really sort of understand, but obviously I understand a lot more about coaching today. And so my background's always been slightly in training all the way along. So I like helping people, like seeing people develop. And I think with dealing with PDIs, we can be supportive on their business side of things. I think they can drive themselves already. They can already drive. So you're halfway there, aren't you? Really. And if they got the same motivation that you have yourself, and they want to help people, they want to teach, you know, you can. It all comes together, and it's nice.
Yeah, I was smiling when you talked about they can already drive. And I'm smiling and laughing because I remember you doing your part too.
Pretty fast driver.
Yes, yeah. You didn't. Well, I think I'd given the Stig a driving assessment in his Porsche, and then there was Barry Moss. Yeah. No, was he related to Sterling in any way? That's what I was asking myself.
Yes, right. Yeah. No, I certainly I wasn't, but I certainly could drive that fast. Yes. So I had to learn a lot myself. Yeah, I had to retrain. No doubt about that. I was 100-mile-an-hour driver. Yeah.
How things change.
Yes.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Continue learning. When you talked about when you did this coaching course in 1987, and they were talking about colours, and you're thinking, what the hell are they on about? You know, but as you learn things and your knowledge expands, what you didn't understand then, sort of go, oh, I know. Or maybe that was to do with Ed Bono and Six Hats thinking, or along those lines, or maybe red is associated with the angry person, and blues that corporate person, etc., etc. So I can follow you with that. So I was going to ask, where did the coaching journey begin? But I suppose in 1987, or was it before then?
No, I think it was about then. But I think dealing in the management side of things, you work out who you can talk to, how you talk to them, and you see what results you get from people, how you treat people.
Yeah.
So you as well as you teach yourself as well, don't you? And some people you can ask someone to do something, some people you've got to sort of tell. It all depends who they are, what level they're at. And you work it out, don't you, really? And the better you treat people, the better response you get.
No, there's, in training, if you lose the rapport, you lose the learning.
Yes.
That's always been the case.
Yeah.
So we touched on, but I just want you to, how does ticket differ from conventional training? And even now there's driving instructor trainers out there teaching conventionally. Here's a briefing, here's a blah, and you touched on that earlier. That we've got someone sat in the back. I wonder what they thought, the person who sat in the back.
Okay. When I taught Carol, my wife, we were still on PSTs. We were still on preset tests. When I taught my son and my daughter-in-law, we was on the new system. So it changed in between sort of teaching Carol and going on to my children. When it came around to my children's standard test, I said, okay, look, your standard test is coming up. You're due for your standard check. They've been qualified over 6 months. And I said, we need to get some training done. And obviously we're busy, but I wanted to fit some time in the diary to help them. And I'm sort of worried and concerned for them. And we sort of went on and we said, come on, we need to get you booked in. And Kelly said to me, why? You've taught me the correct way of doing it. Why do I need to come and do training with you? I only know this way. I do it every day of the week. So what are you going to tell me? And I was more, and they went through the standard test.
Yeah.
Because they knew what to do. They knew they'd been taught that way. But the old system, you would still need training because it's so dogmatic, isn't it? And the one, so the ticket system, I think it's far better. It's absolutely fine.
No, absolutely. It more allows you to train someone to become a driving instructor.
Yes,
and if they become a driving instructor, they just take the standards check, they pass.
That's right. And that's what they said to me. What do I need help for? Because you've taught me how to do it. I never have done it. And I never helped them with the standards test.
Brilliant.
So that's explain it, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I suppose just moving away from training a little bit, but it might not be. What are you most proud of?
What am I most proud of? My kids, really.
Okay, so absolutely. But if we take the fact that we're all most proud of our kids, and it's the correct answer. Ka-ching, well done. I suppose, what are you most proud of yourself? What your own personal achievements? And it doesn't have to be in the industry. It can be whatever you want, Barry.
Okay. Well, yeah, apart from my family, I suppose I'm proud that I've set the business up. Everyone I've trained to be, with the driving instructor has been successful. I haven't had anybody fail becoming an instructor. And I think children's life in general, really. I think I'm proud of one of my grandchildren, especially because one of my grandchildren is disabled, and he works very hard to sort of come along in life. So I'm very proud of him. And I think one of the other things that I was sort of proud of back when I was working in the leisure industry, we done a rock and roll weekends with the BBC that went over the country, and we all had a sort of a couple of hour slot that was on the air, and that was a very, very successful weekend. We had a couple of lorry trailers in a big car park and had bands playing with the BBC doing a rock and roll weekend. That was very good, so I was quite happy with that.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. So do you have any lifelong dream? I mean, because lockdown's changed a bit there, that some of us are thinking, yeah? I mean, do you now have, what is your lifelong dream now?
I think one of my dreams is to do some more traveling. I think I'm definitely going to go and do some more traveling now. because being sort of stuck in the housebound. But I think when we do go out, we're still going to be very cautious.
Yeah.
Where are we going and who we see and who we speak to. Even shaking hands with people, you know, just being courteous and whatever. I mean, all my clients, I always open the door, sort of shake hands when you meet them. I put them in the car, I go to walk around the car. We give a service, but you have to stop all that now. And you're not being rude to people, but
No, absolutely. I think that's going to become acceptable. You know, I don't know. We're going to have some sort of social acknowledgement, aren't we?
Oh yes, yeah.
You know, it'll be a nod of the head, or the coat. You know, you kick the other person's foot or whatever. I don't know. But there will be some sort of a social acknowledgement, and it will be acceptable not to shake hands, which is going to be difficult for the likes of me. Because when I bump into you, the first thing I'm going to do is go put my hand out, and put my arm around you, and I'm going to go, oh, hang on a minute, sorry, pal, can't. Ooh,
that's right.
Can't do that.
That's right.
So yeah. So those lifelong dreams, I suppose, to travel and also to get back into that social environment that we all enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's an interesting one.
Okay.
Not about. If you've got 3 friends, I'm sure you've got 3 friends. What 3 character traits would they use to describe you? I wouldn't use the wife, Barry. Just a heads up here. Yeah.
Workaholic.
Yeah.
Friendly, loyal, honest.
Okay, well, you've hit more than 3, so well done. What has impacted you most in this present career, and how has it impacted you?
Emotions, I think. With this career, when my first one, I cried. The first one to pass the test, I cried. I was such an emotional day, and I helped the son of. I can't remember. I told you about Paul, who I helped. It was the son of a friend of mine. I learned a lot from him.
Yes.
Teaching him because he had his own set way, and again comes back to how you talk to people, and some people will snap at you, and you think, all right, okay, I'll obviously touch the nerve or the blue paper or whatever. So you go back, you know, another way to say something, you know. So yeah.
I remember Paul. I remember us having conversations actually around Paul, and I think, you know, the one thing, you know, the difficult ones, the hard ones to communicate with and teach and train, they are the best pupils that you're ever going to get. For the simple reason is that you're going to learn so much.
And I'm very tenacious. I won't give in. You know, whatever toolbox I need out of that toolbox, I will use. You know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a biggest regret?
Not really, Graham. No. I think life is an experience, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And you know, who knows what's right or wrong until you do something.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, if I have a motto, it's like no regrets. I mean, I certainly could have a few, but no, it was life.
That's right. None of us are perfect. We make mistakes.
Absolutely. Now I've got a real big question now.
Okay.
This is the question which puts everybody I interview really on the spot, and you know, some people crumble under this question. So here you go. How do you think I rate as an interviewer?
How do you rate as an interviewer, sir? No, you're okay. You're good. You're a right Cockney lad, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, moving on. Yeah, that do. What kind of car do you drive?
Okay, I collect cars, Graham. I've got an old Mercedes estate that we use to take the dog for a walk or personal shopping or rubbish to the tip, things like that. Got 2 school cars. I got a Fiesta and a Focus. Got a camper van. Carol's got 2 school cars. And yeah, so we've got quite a few cars.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I'd like a roller. That was
Sorry?
I'd like a roller.
I like a roller. What?
Yeah.
What? A traction engine?
No, classic. Just a classic Rolls Royce.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I realise that.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic Rolls Royce.
Okay, nice, nice.
If I still got enough money when I retire, I'll probably get one of those.
Now, you've touched on travelling quite a lot, so there's no right or wrong answer, but I've just waved lockdown away, yeah?
Okay.
And if you could be anywhere in the world right now,
okay,
where would you be?
Anywhere in the world right now. Okay, I love the Caribbean. I like America because my mum's in Florida and we got relations in Phoenix. So I love going to America. So I would say Caribbean, the Maldives, or America.
Okay, all right. So, hey.
So one of those. Prior to the lockdown, Graham, you said a nice picture. Yeah, that's not bad for the Maldives. Yeah. We have booked to go to India and then a cruise and then China. We were going to do the sites, but then the government said no, you can't go. We'll cancel all travel.
Okay, well, there'll be another opportunity. Let's hope so.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Yeah. What was the last book you read?
Last book was My Life of a Murderer.
Ooh, planning? Does Carol know?
Professor David Wilson.
Okay.
Wrote it. He was an ex-prison governor, and he said that most murderers are narcissists.
Okay, that's interesting.
And it's interesting because you asked a question about driving instructors. Are they narcissists?
Yeah.
And he said most murderers are.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in his book. A lot in there, a lot of psychology in there about changing people's behaviour, which I found interesting. You know, and how they through psychology, you know, change people's behaviour. You know, I think it's Dr. Freud.
Yeah, Freud, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freud and Jung.
Yes. Yeah. It's quite interesting, Graham.
Yeah. No, I'm into reading loads of. I'm reading 6 books myself. Six. Right. Where's the camera? 6 books at the moment.
Prior to that, I read the history of Auschwitz, which I found very good.
Ooh. Yeah, I've done. What was it? The Prisoner of Auschwitz. Was it the Prisoner of Auschwitz? And but Bird on a Wire. Man's Search for Meaning.
All right, yeah, because our holiday to China was cancelled. We went to Poland and we went and visited Auschwitz. We went and visited the camp.
Wow.
Very sad, very somber, you know.
So just brightening things up, hopefully, if we're not killing someone in the next question. What's the best movie / I
just watched the Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
The weekend. Because it's the 75th anniversary of VE Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just watched the battle with the old stars in, you know.
Yeah.
With Fox and
yeah, I remember that. Douglas Bader, wasn't it? You know.
Yeah. So it was good. It was good. Yeah. Michael Caine. Yeah.
So if you won a lottery, what are you going to do?
If I won the lottery, I'll give it to the kids. I don't need it.
Yeah, nice man. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't win it if I was you, because one of them's a narcissist.
Yeah. I'll give it to the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this could be lots, but what's your favourite memory?
My favourite memory. Oh, favourite memory. What have I got as a favourite memory? Do you know, I don't really know, Graham, to be honest. I don't really know. I don't really. Yeah. I suppose the birth of my children.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
when
dues.
children were born. Yeah.
All right. I've got 2 more questions. Yeah.
Okay.
So this next one, if you were an animal, which one would you want to be?
I'd like to be an eagle.
An eagle. Good choice. Yeah.
An eagle, and you know, fly high, See the world, fly high. Yeah.
Yeah. When I run betting shops in Tottenham, my nickname was the Bald Eagle.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they used to call me. Yeah, the punters. Yeah. And this is the last question.
Okay.
If you could choose one superhero power, what would it be and why?
Superhero. What would it be? Bum, 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 bum. To go back in time, I suppose, if I could stop time and turn time back, have the power to go through like a Time Lord, to go back.
And what would you do?
Correct some of the bad things that have been done.
Fair enough. Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. Okay, so that was your last question, Barry. Is there anything you want to add before I close it down?
No, I don't think so. It's nice to have a chat with you. It's nice.
Yeah, and you. Yeah, Barry, thank you for your time. I'm going to take us off the live stream now. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone, and we're just checking out with the live stream. So.